let's move forward closer to and around that date. And you spent a few sort of blog posts, for lack of a better term now. It's like chapters in the book of the surgery, going in for the gastric bypass surgery. She pulls no punches whatsoever. If anyone has ever told you that this is easy, they have bold-faced lied to you. And Lisa will share with you a little bit about how this actual went down, because I couldn't even do it justice even if I tried to read her words, because this was crazy for me. I don't have enough words. We're good. We pass the baton to you, because that's
Actually, if you go to YouTube and you look up Lisa Sargese gastric bypass, you'll see the video that I made when I came home from the hospital. I was covered in black and blues. I had a roiling infection inside me. I was sobbing. I was in pain. I had had 2 previous weight loss surgeries. It was the lap band that people used to get. I don't know. They might still be doing it. And it failed, because when you don't heal a binge eating disorder, which I didn't, you will, cause all kinds of issues. So in 2006, I had the band taken out, and it was converted to a gastric bypass. The surgery was pretty devastating, having to take the band out and then do all that. I had an excellent surgeon. He did it all laparoscopically. He did not open me up, but I did wake up in intensive care. Now, I was full of prayer. I'm praying. I'm looking out the window. I will praise God for look up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. I'm kicking my feet like a mermaid. The nurses loved my attitude, but I was in serious trouble. Not only, was the surgery complicated and there was an infection, but, I was so very heavy and so terribly diabetic, type 2 diabetic. God wanted me alive. He must have, because there's no way. How did I come out of that? So sick, nearly septic. And coming home, and still people were like, okay, why haven't you lost weight? It's like, well, it's only been a few months. Like, I lost 30 pounds, but you can't tell because I'm so big. And that's when I'm like, all right, I'm doing something. So I said, I was like, all right, I'm going to blog and I'm going to the gym every day. Every day. And people are like, no, you should start out slow. I'm like, no. Every day. Why? Because discipline saves. There is something about daily discipline. Now, not everybody's religious. I understand. Maybe it could be spiritual, people who meditate. Maybe people are into exercise. Maybe you're a farmer and you're Amish. Those cows have to be milked every day. Daily discipline is a foundation for a successful life. And so that's what I did. And I was going to tell the story, because I didn't appreciate people saying, 1, easy way out, and 2, doubting that I was trying to work hard to get better.
So you had the procedure. You were approximately 400 pounds when you started. You come home, so you're in the 370 range or that sort of thing. So how was your journey for the next few months after that? Because that's still a lot to go through, trying to lug, no offense, but 350 plus pounds to the gym. You're trying to walk. You're trying to it's an exasperating process, and trying to encourage. I don't know what your support network is around you, but just trying to encourage yourself is, I think, again, if you're not religious or not, it doesn't matter. There are sociology studies that talk about it takes 45 days of doing something in a row to get it to the habit form. So just trying to get through that every single day. It's Sunday morning. It's I missed it in the morning. I got to get here at this time or that time, whatever it is. It's rough to get that ingrained in us. Humans like to quit.
Oh, yeah. Quitting was definitely something I wanted to do every day. I did not want to be at the gym. But because I was doing it publicly, I felt accountable to my readers. I felt accountable, to my audience. I was deeply depressed, because what they don't tell you, because nobody really, people say, oh, well, I just have a hard time dieting. Dieting doesn't work. I was a compulsive overeater, a binge eater. That was my drug of choice. And now it was physically impossible to participate in my drug of choice. And boy, the depression hit so hard. Where was my relief? Where was the pleasure? Where was anything I used to rely on to check out of life and stop feeling the emotional pain I was in? It was gone, and it's just now me. So it was a little bit of, where you switch addictions, even though blogging every day and going to the gym every day, it was healthy. Like I switched up for a healthier, life path. But it was still trying to run away from feeling every day.
Yeah, I think I heard that in the Jordan Peterson / Chris Williamson circles of motivation, and it's like, it's okay to start with a healthy addiction to replace the unhealthy one. Like it's okay to at least try to move towards a moderation in some different things, and if you can just get addicted to 10 to 15 minutes of exercise versus none and eating a bucket of ice cream, it's probably going to turn out better for you. You know what I mean? It's like little things. So yeah, that's but still 300 plus pounds every day. What was your weight like? Again, I don't have this chronicled and all printed out to know for sure. What's like a month out look like? What's like 6 months out look like?
So the first 120 pounds came off in the first year.
Okay.
Divided by 12. So it's like 10 pounds a month approximately on the average. And I was weighing myself every day, looking for that dopamine hit of I went down, right? Then the next year, only 20 pounds came off in an entire year. The next year, the weight started coming back. Why? I had not healed the reasons that I was doing any of it. The overeating, the exercising, nothing. And so the weight started to come back. My knees gave out. I'm in a wheelchair now. I'm like, okay, God, you're not done with me. You're still teaching me. Now what?
What a journey. What do you say to that person? Like, what would you say to that person they've gone through that, right? The pandemic is a great example of this, right? Folks just gained a ton of weight during the pandemic. Some folks were locked in their homes for god awful times. So this is probably a huge thing for some folks that had made strides in their life, lost some weight, maybe gained some back, maybe not a lot, but how do you tell them to get back on the wagon? How do you tell them to get in that? What is your advice there?
I would say stop watching so much news because it's upsetting and it makes you reach for comfort, and people look for whatever's pleasurable for comfort, right? Please go outside and get some fresh air and sun, uncover your face and breathe and go outside. But, that's easier said than done for people. But if the pandemic made you focus on, avoiding this thing that was going to get you, it was for your health, right? Well, what is the proactive thing then that you're doing for your health? Avoiding, germs, avoiding people, avoiding whatever. Okay, great. But what's the positive thing you're doing? What have you been doing to comfort yourself? Oh, the news, and eating. Try to get back your passion for something else.
That's really, really good. Like, think of it as a healthy choice. Like, you did make some healthy choices. It doesn't matter who agrees or disagrees with you about your decision to, let's say, self-isolate. Maybe, you continue to wear your mask and limit different activities, but it doesn't mean you need to abandon other positive, healthy decisions that you were maybe already making. So yeah, you may have gained some weight back, or maybe you've really regressed, but it doesn't mean that you have to abandon the things that you were committed to before. How do you tap into that again is really the question that you should ask for yourself. And for you just got to that place. You're like, oh man, I'm on this roller coaster. It's been 2 years out. I feel like I'm back at zero. Haven't fixed the problem. Is it more, because we're still years away from this sort of God surrender moment that you told me about earlier. So, spoiler alert on the book a little bit. Like,